We sold two magazines for 120 pesos each. One was sold at a loss of 20% and the other was sold at a gain of 20%. What was the total loss on both transactions? So if we are going to just read the problem and think easily, perhaps we can go directly selecting option number 5, which is 0 pesos. And we are already wrong. Sayang yung 1 point natin. Remember, this is perhaps, I would say, a difficult question. Now remember, if you can get the correct answer for the difficult question, you are way, way ahead of your competitors already. Okay? So you have to take note of that. Every point counts in CSE-PPT exam. So let's solve it together. It says here that you have two magazines being sold. So I'm gonna illustrate it for you. You have two magazines, 120 pesos each. So let's say 120 pesos, then 120 pesos. So in total, how much did you have after selling those two magazines? You have 240 pesos. Okay, so that's our reference. But we have to take note that the first magazine, you sold it at a loss of 20%, meaning to say, you lost 20% for the first magazine. So if you lost 20%, that means maybe the one who bought this from you asked you for a discount, which is 20%. No, it's not maybe. Certainly, the one who bought this magazine from you asked you for 20% discount. That is why you lost the 20%. So meaning to say, this 120% is the 80% of the original price. Why is that so? Because you lost 20%, meaning to say, discounted ng 20%. Itong magazine na to, you sold it at 120 pesos, but you lost 20%. So meaning to say, the one who the buyer, asked for 20% discount. So if 20% discount was asked, so meaning to say, the 120 pesos that he paid is the 80% of the original price. You get it? Okay. On the other hand, you are selling the other magazine with a gain of 20%. Meaning to say, gentlemen, this price that the buyer paid you, this amount that the buyer paid you, is 20% more than the original price. Meaning to say, this is 120% of the original price. Okay, so let's complete the equation. From the left side here, we have 80% of x is equal to 120. On the other side, 120% of x, the original price, is equal to 120. Okay, so now let's solve if what is the original value of your first magazine. So we cancel 1, 0, we cancel 1, 0. So we have 8x over 10 is equal to 120. Now we cross multiply. We have 8x is equal to 120 times 10, that is 1,200. Now we divide both sides by 8. Divide both sides by 8. So our x here is what? 150. Right? So 1,200 divided by 8, 1, 8, then 4, and down 0, 5. So you add 0 there, so 150. So meaning to say, the original price for your first magazine was 150. Okay, so let's put it here. Your original price, X1, is equal to 150. How about your original price for your second magazine? So this is it. Cancel 1 0, cancel 1 0, and then you cross multiply. We have 12x is equal to 120 times 10. We have 1200. Divide both sides by 12. By 12, cancel, cancel. Your x is 100. So meaning your x2 is 100. Now this is the original price for the x1, the first magazine. This is the original price for the second magazine. If we are going to add the original prices, we should have 250 pesos if no discounts were given, or no, be it gain or loss percentage. So now, instead of 250, you only had 120 and 120, 240. So meaning 250 minus 240 is 10 pesos. You lost 10 pesos. That's the answer. I hope it's clear. Unless you have questions, comment down and let's discuss it further. Thank you and bye-bye everybody.